Coming up, new developments in this weekend's Waffle House shooting. And later, some happy news out of the UK this morning thanks to a new addition to the royal family. Welcome back to the Northwestern News Report. I'm Ashley Graham. The man who shot and killed 4 people at a Waffle House on Sunday is now in custody. 29-year-old Travis Rankin shot 2 people with an AR-15 rifle outside of the restaurant early Sunday morning. He then entered the restaurant and opened fire again, killing 2 more people and wounding 4 others. James Shaw Jr. was able to stop and disarm the shooter, wrestling with him until he was able to get with the rifle and toss it over the counter. Rankin fled the scene shortly after.
I chose to react because I didn't see any other way of me, living. And that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to live. I chose to react.
Southwest Airlines has grounded dozens of flights after the Federal Aviation Administration ordered inspections of certain engines. Jordan Curl has the report.
After a deadly accident last week that left 1 woman dead, the Federal Aviation Administration has required specific aircraft engines to undergo inspection. CNN reported that 40 flights have been canceled as of early Monday morning. Reverend Timothy Borman was on the aborted flight to Dallas and remembered his thoughts and what he believed was his last moments.
We all thought we were going down. I thought this is it. In fact, the first thing that I did is I started praying.
The carrier has 20 days to conduct its inspection and said only 1% of flights are affected. The administration hopes more frequent inspections will prevent future accidents like this in the air. For Northwestern News Report, I'm Jordan Curl.
When we come back, we'll take a look at news from around the world. Stay with us.
At Northwestern, we're wildcats in every way.
Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
There's a lot of international news today, and we begin in London with the royal family. The Duchess of Cambridge delivered a baby boy this morning, and just like with her first 2 children, crowds of people were waiting outside of St. Mary's Hospital in London for the royal proclamation. The new prince made his debut a few hours ago, and now everyone is trying to guess what his name might be. Next, we're in South Korea, where the speakers that play propaganda into North Korea have been turned off. Music, news, and weather forecasts could be heard near the demilitarized zone between the 2 countries. South Korea's defense ministry says a decision was made to ease tension in each country. The 2 Korean leaders will meet this week at a historic summit, which will be the first inter-Korean meeting in years. The president of Nicaragua has reversed a controversial action that led to several days of deadly protests. Under President Ortega's proposal, citizens would have paid more into their Social Security and received 5% less as retirees. The president says he made the decision to cancel the Social Security overhaul in the interest of national security and to avoid further protests and violence. Protests started last Wednesday, leaving nearly 24 people dead so far. Experts say this is the largest protest in the country in 30 years. After the break, we'll update you on the health of White Sox pitcher Danny Farquhar. Don't go anywhere.
Go you Northwestern, go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
This weekend's baseball action was overshadowed by a couple of frightening moments involving both Chicago teams. Connor Yan has more.
The Cubs taking on the Rockies Sunday, and a scary moment in the first inning in this one as Chris Bryant is hit in the head with a fastball. Take another look here as the ball knocks Bryant's sunglasses off his head. That play forced Bryant out of the game, but the Cubs' third baseman did pass all concussion-related tests. In the bottom of the first, center fielder Albert Almora Jr. lays out to make an incredible diving catch, robbing Nolan Arenado of an extra base hit. And Javier Baez continues his impressive start to the season, launching his 7th home run of the year to straightaway center field, and the Cubs go on to beat the Rockies 9-7. Another scary moment occurred at Guaranteed Rate Field Friday. White Sox reliever Danny Farquhar suffered a brain hemorrhage in the dugout, leaving him in critical but stable condition. Teammates honored Farquhar Sunday, hanging his jersey in the dugout and writing his initials on their ball caps. As for the game, the White Sox got out to a 1-0 lead, but it was all Astros from there. Houston plated 5 runs in the 7th inning to blow the game open, starting with this Jose Altuve RBI single that scored Jake Marisnick from third. The loss marks the 7th straight for the White Sox, dropping them to 4-14 on the season.
Connor joins me now. And Connor, what can you tell us about Farquhar's condition so far?
Well, the White Sox officially placed Danny Farquhar on the 60-day disabled list today, but that's the last thing that's on people's minds right now. He underwent a procedure Saturday night to relieve some swelling in his brain, and he's expected to remain hospitalized for at least the next 3 weeks while he recovers. He's currently in stable condition, which is a good sign, and his family does have hope he will eventually make a full recovery.
And going back to the Cubs, how's Chris Bryant doing after his hit on Sunday?
Chris Bryant should be fine. He traveled with the team to Cleveland for their upcoming series with the Indians. It's uncertain if he'll play in that series, but from all accounts, it doesn't appear that the injury is too serious.
All right, thank you, Connor. Former First Lady Barbara Bush was laid to rest on Saturday morning in Houston, surrounded by the love of her family and friends. Republican Senator Susan Collins shared her memories of the event on NBC News.
It was a heartwarming tribute to Barbara Bush. It included a beautiful liturgy, wonderful tributes to her, lots of grandchildren, and representatives from the First Families.
Our photo of the day is the representatives of the First Families. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Northwestern News Report. For all of us here, I'm Ashley Graham, and we hope to see you on our next broadcast. Have a good one.